Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Todd Stone. I'm the MLA for Kamloops South Thompson and the Minister of Transportation and Infrastructure. I am very pleased to be here today in Prince Rupert. I think this is my third trip in 3 years, so it's become a regular occurrence. It's always a pleasure to be here. And it's a pleasure to be here with the Mayor, Mayor Lee Brain, as well as Deputy Mayor James Brown from the District of Port Edward. I also want to acknowledge with respect the history, the customs, and the culture of the Tsimshian, on whose traditional lands we are meeting here today. And it's my pleasure to bring greetings on behalf of both the Minister of Community Services, Coralie Oakes, as well as Premier Christy Clark. Now, today's announcement represents a significant investment in infrastructure in both Prince Rupert as well as Port Edward, and I'm pleased to be here on behalf of both the provincial and the federal governments with respect to this announcement. Here in the north, our expanding resource sector is driving rapid growth in our provincial economy, and so making the types of investments such as the ones that we're here announcing today are going to be key to ensuring that our communities are prepared for the continued growth and the development of liquefied natural gas, mining, and the logging sectors, as well as other sectors. Now, through the Prince Rupert Raw Water Supply Project and the Port Edward Wampler Way Bypass, we are supporting these communities' needs by providing new infrastructure that improves drinking water here in Prince Rupert and diverts construction traffic in Port Edward. Now, as many of you here today are aware, Wampler Way was named after former mayor of Port Edward, Ed Wampler. And while I never had the pleasure of meeting Mayor Wampler, from all accounts, he was a significant leader in his community, respected not just in the Northwest here, but across British Columbia, and he was instrumental in building infrastructure and other aspects of his community. Mayor Wampler was a key reason for securing federal government investment to build a water treatment plant in Port Edward. And today we are announcing funding contributions for more infrastructure investments in the region. Wampler Way and soon the Wampler Way Bypass will continue to honor Ed Wampler, his leadership and his important contribution to Port Edward and the entire North Coast region. Prince Rupert's project will replace key components of the water supply infrastructure, and Port Edward will receive a new road that will ultimately increase traffic and increase safety and divert traffic away from the town during the construction of a proposed LNG facility. Funding for both of these projects have been made possible through our partnership with the Government of Canada through the New Building Canada Fund. These projects will help create jobs, encourage economic growth, and they will protect our environment and as well as natural resource development. They are vital projects for the communities here, as well as for the governments of British Columbia and Canada. Both the Government of Canada and the Government of British Columbia are proud to provide each up to $2.193 million for the Prince Rupert project and $1 million each for Port Edward to move ahead on these important projects. Our funding partners are also supporting these, our municipal partners, so Port Ed and Prince Rupert are also supporting these projects. Now, as well, yesterday, my federal colleague, Member of Parliament Bob Zimmer, he and I announced combined funding for Kitimat's sewage treatment plant retrofit of $2.4 million, and as well as combined funding for Stewart's waste disposal project of $1.7 million. So that's a total investment value of over $10 million going to Northwest communities so far under the Build Canada Small Communities Fund. We recognize the value of our partnership and the importance of our federal and provincial and municipal partnership in particular, because it's the coming together of the three levels of government that makes these projects possible. So again, I want to thank the Government of Canada for their ongoing commitment to the New Building Canada Fund and in particular the Small Communities Fund. It's so important in communities like Port Ed and Prince Rupert that there be infrastructure dollars available by the provincial and the federal governments. The need for working modern infrastructure like water systems and sewer systems and roads and bridges are as needed and as important, as critical to the quality of life here as in any much larger city. I also want to thank the local governments here, and in particular Mayor Lee Brain, as well as Port Edward for their leadership, and their respective councils for the vision and the commitment that they have both demonstrated towards these important projects. Our collective efforts have resulted in the announcement of this important project here in Prince Rupert, as well as the Wampler Way Bypass project in Port Edward. And these projects are going to benefit the residents who live in your two beautiful communities today, as well as for generations to come. So it's my privilege to represent the hardworking men and women of Kamloops, South Thompson, in British Columbia's legislature, and it's my privilege to be here on behalf of the government of British Columbia with all of you today. Thank you very much. I'll turn it over to you, Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you, Minister Stone. Well, today is a very exciting day for Prince Rupert and Port Edward. I just want to thank the provincial and federal government for this contribution to our raw water supply grant. That's $4.4 million towards the existing, almost century-old original water lines, the water dam upgrades. They're a critical piece of infrastructure that we absolutely need to address. So thank you very much for that. It comes at a good time because not only is this going to help ensure the safety of the water supply for our residents, but it's also one of the requirements that we had to ensure that ExxonMobil were to proceed on Lot 444 for their LNG proposal. So we're very excited today. This is a key component of our LNG Go plan as well. We have addressed a few infrastructure pieces around LNG that we need to address, and the water supply is one of them. And so this is working with our Go plan. And we also want to announce today the City of Prince Rupert is launching a new infrastructure renewal program, and it's called Rebuild Rupert. And it's to address our $288 million infrastructure deficit. And this is a large contribution towards that deficit. And so this is going to kick off our Rebuild Rupert program. And we look forward to working with the province and the federal governments in the future. And thank you very much for your time today.
As most of you heard, my name is James Brown. Wow! I feel good about this announcement today. On behalf of myself, Mayor Dave McDonald, who and Council of the District of Port Edward, Dave unfortunately couldn't make it today as he had a scheduled vacation, and he would like to send his regards. I would like to thank, on behalf of the District of Port Edward, the provincial government, federal government, Minister Stone for coming here and making this announcement. Of course, also Claire Lee Oakes, who also played a pivotal role in all this. I'm proud to be from Port Edward. We all worked together very hard at this. The District of Port Edward had vision, and we continued with that. This contribution of $1 million towards Ed Wampler Road would make him really proud today. He is a real true leader. He taught us how to go and fulfill your goals and your vision. And this road, which is around Port Edward and not through Port Edward, is also a big safety concern, which was addressed by the government. And this is a very exciting day. Like Dave said, you know, we are doing it for the people of Port Edward and our area. Thank you very much for putting up with me.
Well, thank you very much, Jace. So that brings to a conclusion today's announcement, but I'll just end on this note again. There will be, over the next couple of weeks, and if you consider the last month or so, there will have been about 55 small community investments across British Columbia as part of the Small Community Fund program. We are very appreciative of the federal government's leadership on the infrastructure file, and I certainly bring regards from both MP Bob Zimmer, who tried hard to be here today, but also more broadly his federal government colleagues. And as a province, we are going to continue to work with the Prince Ruperts and the Port Eds and other communities, particularly up here in the Northwest, as communities here realize the economic opportunities that are beginning to be realized today, but that we can see, on the horizon. With opportunity comes challenge. And infrastructure is a huge part of that. So we are going to be there as a good funding partner. The province will be there in support of projects that are going to make a real difference to the quality of life and are going to enable communities like Port Ed and Prince Rupert embrace the economic opportunities most fully in the years ahead. So Mayor, Deputy Mayor, thank you so much for your leadership, and we appreciate everyone being here to celebrate this important announcement. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.